HTH is brought to you by Magri Moving for all your local, in-state, and interstate moving needs. Whether you need help with packing, junk removal, furniture assembly, object-related moving assistance, or even senior-specific moving needs, Magri Moving has your back. Mention this ad by Hattrick Hockey and they'll knock off 10% from your bill. They can't wait to take your call and set up your next move. Call Magri Moving at 519-991-6097. That's 519-991-6097. Get it done with Magri Moving. What's going on, all you beauts and beauties? Welcome to the Hattrick Hockey Podcast, brought to you by GL Heritage, the official beer of HTH. I am your host, Brett Hedges, along for the ride with my two favorite guys, not just one of them tonight. Joining us today is the Mr. Hockey Google himself, Tristan McGuire, and of course, the creator of the show, the King of Crispy, Anthony Gaudette. Gentlemen, good to see you. Take a bow, everyone. Before the show starts, make sure you guys follow us on all of our social media links. Make sure you give us a subscription on YouTube, and make sure you support our sponsors because they support us. Get 20% off your order at biosteel.ca with the new promo code Crispy HTH, and use our old promo code with Howie's Hockey Tape to get 10% off your order there. That is HTH Podcast. Make sure to visit our merchandise link as well. Tristan, Anthony, good to see you.
Good to see you as
well.
How was
Christmas? How was your holidays? Happy New Year. New year, new me? Or is it same pod as 2025?
I don't know. I like 2026. I think there's a lot of good on the horizon.
What about you, Ant? New year, new you? Or are you still going to be crispy in 2026?
It's crispy forever. It's always crispy forever, man. But it is off to a great start, though. So even though we're only 5 days in, it's been a good 5 days, though. So I'll take that.
Oh,
absolutely.
Not to put a damper on Ant's day, but only Anthony's going to know what this means. But Ant, we are not cooking.
No.
Yeah, no.
No, we'll talk about that after the show. Okay.
It's all good, brother.
No. Oh,
it's okay,
that is not crispy at all. In the slightest.
Right.
We'll talk about that after the show. Yeah, that's not crispy.
Do the Price is Right loser music. Boom, 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 boom. What was before we get going into the topics, of course, we have a ton of stuff to talk about in hockey, but everyone likes to hear about how our lives are doing. What was your favorite moment of the holiday season, be it Christmas, New Year's, anything in between? What did you enjoy about the holiday season, my friend? Tristan,
I had a very interesting holidays. I would say, that's a good question. Actually, you know what? The best part of my holidays is my parents bought me a really nice gift, which I kind of was expecting, but I kind of wasn't expecting. It's a really nice study Bible, like
sweet.
Top of the line, all kinds of annotations in it. Room to take notes, do highlights, all this stuff, and they bought me a journal alongside of it. So I'm looking forward to putting that to good use in the year ahead. So yeah, what about
journaling
you?
is very important in regards to goal setting and note keeping. So that's a very important thing. Nice job, Patty. Nice job. And what's your mom's name? Ellen. Sorry, yeah. Antoine. What was your favorite part about your holiday season?
I mean, everything. It was good, with a lot of, hanging out with like family and friends and stuff like that. We had the boys over. We did Crispy Christmas with the
sure did
hockey team, so that was pretty good. Boys were over hitting the sim, and a lot of fines given out that night, but it was our team has this dumb little thing, and anytime you do something wrong, the team will be like, that's a fine. So that's just how it is. Fine on our team is half a case of beer. So it's fines are flying all over the map right now, especially after yesterday. Complete shit show. If we have time later on in the show, I'll explain that. But other than that, it was a great holidays, man. What about you, Brett?
It was pretty good. First Christmas in the new house, so a lot of firsts going on. Of course, our youngest daughter is like 5 months old at the time of Christmas, so seeing her first Christmas, that was a lot of fun. Just being able to kind of reflect on like the year's worth of work that went into 2025, right? You don't think about it until like the end of the year, what you exactly accomplished in a whole calendar year. But when you do a retrospective like that, I'm pretty damn proud of what I was able to do, and accomplish and get done in a year, right?
Yeah.
Get the family into a new house. Put together some really good podcasts with you guys. Do some great interviews with some NHL people and some people from around from around the local area. I actually got to, and I'll talk about this a little bit later. I actually got to be a judge in a butter tart competition.
Yeah.
That was up in Alvinston.
Oh yeah.
The Alvinston Killer Bees from the NPHL invited me up. That was Roland McAlpine that did that. So chuck that off the bucket list. And the reason why I did that, because one, that they invited us, and they invited us as a podcast to come and try it out and like check out a game and everything. But my former producer, Dave Reno, who I worked with at Cogeco for many years, it's been almost 2 years since he's passed away. And he was an avid butter tart connoisseur. And I'm not as much of a connoisseur, but when the invitation came out from Roland, and thank you very much, Roland, me and my son Luke had a great time. When that invitation come out, I thought, it's the holiday season. We didn't know if we're going to be working, what the situation is going to be. And like when the availability was there, I said, you know what, I'm going to go. I'm going to go because Dave would have wanted me to go. And I really enjoyed myself. I had a good time at the Alvinston Killer Bees game. They put the boots to Orangeville that night. Everyone was really nice. I got to actually take Luke to the one side of the rink where Orangeville was coming out for the third period, and all the players ended up giving Luke a fist bump, and he really enjoyed that because he's 2 years old, right? And he had a really good time. So I was just thankful to kind of just be present in the moment for a lot of those things, and just be thankful for what we were able to put together and the kind of life we live. So it's a lot of fun when we can say that we get to podcast and have some fun and like chalk hockey with the boys and go on roadies and enjoy the game that we love. So that was the best part. And of course, all the presents and all the family, and we got to see my family from my mom's side. It was the first time all of us got to get together in 4 years. My one uncle passed away a couple years ago, and I've got family someone that's out west, and they're teachers, and like their schedule's all messed up. So it'd been like 4 years since we had been able to fully like get together, like basically right before COVID. And so that was a nice humbling moment too as well. So a lot of fun to be had, but even more fun to be had in 2026.
Yeah. Also, too, boys, from a show standpoint, we fucking cracked the top 10 in all of Canada in 2025 too. So that's pretty wild too, boys. So, and we crossed our 300th episode. We were
200.
in 300.
No, 200. We're at 214. We're at 215 today.
Is it? Am
Yes,
I going crazy? Maybe it just seems like it's that long.
Brett's pretty positive on that, I suppose.
But either way, 200 episodes, pretty crazy, pretty wild. But yeah, man, and that's like thanks to obviously you guys and Drew and the work that we all put in here, and it's like it's on the up in this year. Like it has to be. This year, I want top 5 this year. Not being greedy. It's only another 3 spots. I think we can do it.
We can do it.
I think we can do it for sure. So top 5 is the goal for this year. Not setting it too crazy. I want it to be realistic for us. I'm not going to be like number 1. Like no, I'm not going to do that. Like top 5 to me would be unreal for us to do. So hopefully that happens this year. And yeah, man, let's just rip it, baby.
Just rip it. And of course, if you guys are just coming off the previous episode, we just had Lee Harris in Harrow's Greatest Export. Lee Harris was on the show with Ant and I. First in-studio interview that we did at the news spot, right? Yeah. And everything went really well technically, and everything looked really good. So we're really happy that Lee was able to make some time and hang out with us. Of course, he is the skating coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and his full story is in many of the episodes going on on HTH as well. So thanks, Lee, and I hope you guys check out that episode as well. I mean, League brought up some really good points that we were talking about the World Juniors, and
Yeah.
so why don't we start in the World Juniors because at the time of this recording, the tournament has wrapped up, and Canada ended up in third place. The first time they've medaled in a couple of years. They have not won the championship at the World Junior Hockey Championships since
Oh boy.
2023. But I guess we will take a medal if that's all we can get this year. And the beginning of the tournament was a little bit interesting. Why wouldn't you say, Ant? Won't you bring us back to your thoughts on how the prelim games went and how a local player may have got snubbed a little bit?
I love how you go to me first on this. First of all, hi London. How are you? Love you. Yeah, so apparently I pissed off the city of London, apparently, because there was a lot of comments on a post I wrote about Liam Greentree, kind of like he was played for like seconds in a game, and then the next game he scratched the next two, and then just, I don't know. I was very opinionated about it, let's put it that way, and it's a lot of eyeballs seen it on our social media, which I'm okay with. Whatever, I said it. That's what I felt. I said it, and then they ended up playing him, and then he gets a point not even 5 minutes into the game, and somebody, it's a secondary assist. Is an assist a point? Yes, it is. It wasn't on an empty netter, was it? Okay, so next. Like, you know what I mean? Get out of here. The thing, too, is like, so there was rumors, too, and I'll say it's rumors, people, I'm saying, okay, rumors. There was a rumor that he had missed a team meeting, but I know a very inside source, and that was not the case. So no meetings were missed. But if that was the case and he had missed something with the team, then okay, I agree with it. Honestly, I think it's a little harsh to do it as long as it went on for, but I would agree with it 100% because it's team first no matter what. You have to be there for your team, for the boys, especially when you're wearing that freaking Canada crest on your right here on your chest. So I just I just felt he was kind of jacked around a little bit, and I will argue with anybody until I'm blue in the face on it. I just feel he didn't get a good shake. That was all. The team played great at times. There was really high moments, and there was some really low moments in the tournament too, like the Czechia game where they just smacked us all over the ice. Like it was in penalties, and like untimely, like penalties were like, you might as well just shoot ourselves in the foot here, boys. So
Yeah, I'll talk about that in a second.
yeah, bro, go ahead, man, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. The only explanation for what happened in that third period of the semifinal game is I think Michael Misa and Gavin McKenna got a full lobotomy. Because what is McKenna doing? You cross-check a guy in the face.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. And then right after, Misa, what are you doing? I advocate for this guy all over. I think he's one of the greatest, future prospects. But this guy, off the face-off, puts his hand right on the puck.
Yeah.
You're already down a man. Like, oh my gosh. I don't understand what happened with Team Canada. They fell apart. Well, number one, Dale Hunter decides to dress 7 and 11.
Yeah.
The game prior, I think he did 8 and 10. What's the MO? Or sorry, 8 and 12, whatever. Anyway, it didn't make any sense because immediately, who was it who got hurt? Shoulder.
Brady Martin.
Yeah, Martin. First period. Now what? Now you're screwed for whatever lineups you had drawn. I got the perfect forward court. Now you got a mix and match. And yeah, you've got 3 forward lines now. What do you do with that? And it showed. They got outplayed completely by Czechia. Jack Ivankovic, I thought, should have got one of the 3 players of the game or one of the 3 players of the tournament. He did terrific for Canada. That game could have been the quality chances Czechs had. Czechs probably had 15 legitimate goal-scoring chances in that game. Like any other day that's in the back of the net. Jack Ivankovic stopped, all but 5. So, right, there was one empty netter.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was 6-4 was the final score.
Yeah. Poor, like, I felt so bad for him. He got no help. Canada's defense was horrific. And I don't care. Yeah, Zane Parekh, chasing the tournament record for points. He's a forward on defense. That guy's lost in the sauce in the defensive zone. Oh my gosh. I'm, well, who was it? The 2-on-1 goal, the one timer. He was spinning all around the 3-on-1 and was the back door for Ivan Benak, who scored like. Oh, man, and Keaton Veerhoff, people are saying, "Oh, he's going to be a great prospect. That he's coming from college. He could probably go top 5." He didn't impress me that much at all. Like, okay, if you want to get in the niche little things of the game, like, oh, he does this little play off the wall, right? And like, I don't care. They lost. They gave up 6 goals twice in the tournament to, or at least 5 anyway, to Czech. So.
You want to know what I think some of that like leads to with them being scored on so much is they're not playing that normal Canadian physical game. Canada would run you out of the rink 10 years ago, 15 years ago when you played juniors. Like even back in the day, like
Jordan
Tutu murdered people at the World Juniors. Like there was dead bodies all over the ice when Jordan Tutu was like, when did we? And that's when and the thing nowadays is teams aren't really scared to play Canada now. Like back in the day, teams didn't want to play us because we would hit the shit out of you. You'd have players limping and lumped up and hurt when you leave the rink, and you lost 9-1. Whatever happened to those teams?
This team was not imposing at all.
Soft.
And honestly, offensively, they weren't as much as a threat as I thought they'd be. I don't know if that's the way the lines were formulated, but like Gavin McKenna, yeah, he had a nice goal against, what was it, Norway? Like,
Yeah, it was Denmark. Yeah, Denmark.
And I was just like watching him. You know what he likes to do a lot? He kind of reminds me of Nikita Kucherov, actually. That's a very, very almost identical player comparison, actually. McKenna skates standing straight up a lot, and I hate that. When I watch a guy go in the offensive zone, and everything's with their stick, and they're standing straight up, and they're like surveying the ice. The amount of times he shot it into a skate, and it was blocked. Like, now you're playing a team that knows how to block shots. All of a sudden, you're not Captain Canada out here saving the world. And there were some guys who put their heart into it that I enjoyed watching. Like Porter Martone, he gave it his all. He gave it his all. He was trying hard. TJ Ginla as well. Yeah. Even aside from, Misa's brain dead play, he played well. In that game, at moments he was trying. Michael Hage as well. I don't know what I make of him doing the exact same move in the shootout or the penalty shot, which that was a rare moment. I've never seen that. I didn't realize that's the rule. If the penalty's taken on a penalty shot, they just redo it. Mm-hmm. And he did the exact same thing, backhand, forehand.
Like why?
I thought he was going to go
probably just had a brain
fart.
fart.
I thought he was going to cut across and go 5-hole, but he kept trying to go for the far side, and he was handcuffing himself.
I thought he was going to, because he made a little move, and I thought when he came back to his forehand, I thought he was just going to shoot. Like he wasn't just going to try to wait him out. Like I thought as soon as he went boom, it was going to be a shot. And then if he would have done that, he would have scored because the goalie was down. Glove was just over his pad. If he would have done that and shot high glove, he would have scored. But I was thinking that too. Like why would you do the same move?
Yeah. And there's guys on Czech though. Like don't take credit away from them. They're a scary team.
Mm-hmm. Like fantastic.
Wojtek Chihar, I think is the one guy's name. He scored against Canada. Oh my gosh. What a shot on the guy. And who's their captain there? He's draft eligible.
It's not. Oh, geez, 1 minute.
Not Rykov. I'm trying to think of his last name. But anyway, he looked miles better than McKenna to me. If I'm a scout, I'm sitting in the stands, I'm going, that's the guy who I want. Not the one who's skating straight up and down and didn't want to come back up. That's another thing. He didn't want to come back on the ice for the handshakes.
Yeah, you got it.
The announcers tried to downplay it as, he's trying to ask because there's a penalty on him and it was a misconduct.
So technically, though, is he allowed, considering that he was more or less ejected from the game, though? Like, is he allowed to come back out onto the playing surface?
Well, the refs didn't send him to the room.
Well, he got
They,
a
they put him in
10-minute
the box though,
misconduct.
right?
No, they sent him off, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, but the thing was, he was he must have come back to the
By
bench at some
actual
point.
rule though, once you leave the ice surface when you've been thrown out of a game, if you do follow the rule, you're not supposed to come back onto the playing surface. So
Okay.
so if that's the actual case, I can see why he was asking if that's the case,
But it was
just
when you watch
at
the
that
footage
point,
of it.
just go. And if they give you shit, say I'm going to shake hands. Like, you know what I
Well,
mean?
he seemed like he was pretty comfortable in that room. He's talking to the whoever it is, officials. I don't know. They had like an earpiece in, and they're standing. He was trying to walk to the room, and they're going like this. They put their arm out there, like, no, 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 go back out there. And he's shaking his head like, no, I'm not going to go out there.
Yeah.
He tried to go to the room, so
Then that's totally different if they're trying to stop him then and say, hey, you're okay to, then that's totally different. But
yeah.
I mean, by rule, you're not really supposed to, but so either way,
Right.
flip a coin. But I just
the
mean,
double IHF has.
just go out and shake
weird
hands. You
rules.
lost, go out, be a man, shake hands, be done with it.
I'll say this though: the refs both ways were garbage. They were garbage. What do you?
Yeah,
at
there was
the
a
end,
couple
what are
like
you-
goal interference penalties that shouldn't have happened. Like
Yeah,
Jet
that were
Luchenko
pretty soft.
got hosed on the one, and
at the end, he was losing his mind. No, that was that wasn't.
I think the one against Luchenko was in the second period. The one
It
I'm
was
thinking.
oh my gosh. Apparently, I didn't eat enough today.
He's gonna crash.
I'm not
out.
Hockey Google anymore. I'm Hockey Bing. Hockey Yahoo. But I'm trying to think of his name now.
Hockey Bing.
Well, what's the guy's name that who took the penalty at the very end? He plays in the OHL for crying out loud.
I'm not sure, but
Oh my gosh.
Something
Dash
that.
like 9 million for Tristan. Colton Reshney. There we go. I didn't even have to look it up. Yeah, Cole Reshney. So Cole Reshney takes that penalty. That's not a goalie interference. He got trucked right into the goalie. Like the referees in that game they're garbage. But anyway, game's over. Canada wins the bronze. 6-3 over Finland. They decided to try today.
That was a good game.
Yesterday, yeah, well, I didn't watch it. I didn't really care. I knew we were going to beat Finland. Finland's not that great compared to the two teams. Is Sweden still winning?
Sweden is currently up 3-0, and that their semifinal against Sweden and Finland, that was a crazy game, shootout finish.
For the past, I think I saw a stat, for the past 10 years straight, Sweden and Finland have about 1-goal games at the World Juniors.
They're neighbors. They should be.
That's funny. Oh boy.
Did Czech use everything in their tank? I don't know, because I thought, they're winning the gold. If they replicated that performance today, the Czech Republic, their defense, Tomáš Galviš, unbelievable. Probably the best defenseman in the tournament. Not only him, they had Galviš, and I'm drawing a blank, but they're right shot defenseman they had. Adam Juracek, scored a between the legs goal in the tournament. You see that?
Unreal.
He's a special talent, Juracek.
Lee Harris was saying that he used his brother.
David, in Columbus, yep. And now he's in Minnesota, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Hats off to Czech Republic. Like, they were the better team.
Mm-hmm.
Dale Hunter is Dale Hunter.
No comment.
And I do. So
Yeah.
I can't really with the guy. He knows how to win, Ant.
He certainly does. And Ant sure knows how to stir up the pot with the London folk.
I don't know what to like. Green Tree's great, but I don't know. Like the 2 extra defenseman system worked until it didn't. So to try and be like hindsight's 2020 and Green Tree could have got that. Yeah, okay. Michael Misa is a better player objectively than Liam Greentree, and he could have had a hat trick if he wanted to, but he didn't score it. So like, there's all these woulda, shoulda, couldas that I just don't try and play into. What happened. be it for a reason or whatever you attach to that. But it went the way it went. I don't know. Like in a vacuum, you could put a million scenarios together. You could say just the same. Oh well, what if Macklin Celebrini had left the Sharks and it? I I don't know. I just don't like what ifs. And Hunter opted not to play Green Tree. Is that a little bit of a kick in the nads for him? Yeah, because he's one of the best players in the OHL this year. But I don't know. He can pat himself on the back that I think he proved himself well. He helped Canada win a bronze today, obviously, and he did his part when he was played. So I don't think he has any reason to hang his head low
No.
and say, "Oh well, I could have won us the gold."
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if let's be real, if Hunter would have played him anyway, he would have got like 8.5 minutes. So I don't know.
Hmm. Excuses are like butts. They all stink and
Yeah.
everyone's got them.
Yeah.
But at least Canada does get the bronze. They have 10 players that are eligible to return on this team next year, and the tournament is in Edmonton and Red Deer next year, so it's back in Canada.
Good. So
So,
they'll
they
actually
were
sell out the
advertising.
games.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say that.
Do better,
state of hockey-
Minnesota. You kidding me right now? Jesus, freaking seats open all over the place. You're
That was
supposed to
bad.
be the state of hockey. Yeah, you showed it.
Austin
Huh?
Guvermont went.
What's that?
Austin Guvermont went to watch the World Juniors because he's good friends with Sam O'Reilly, who played London Nationals. Then he went up
Yes.
to the London Knights and now World Juniors.
Sweet.
Good. Well, Austin Guvermont will come up later in this show for sure because he got involved in a very interesting altercation
Groovy.
this past weekend in his own hockey game. End of the story. Canada gets bronze medal at the World Juniors. They host the tournament next year in Edmonton and Red Deer. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, didn't. That's why we talked about the game, and that's why we have fun doing this. So those players will go back to their respective teams, and some of them will be going back to the NHL. And right during the tournament, Canada and a lot of other Olympic squads named their rosters for the upcoming Olympic Games in 6 weeks' time in Italy, Milano Cortina. And guys, do you want to talk about the Team Canada roster just a little bit and maybe some of the surprising names that you saw? Because it's pretty similar to the Four Nations Cup roster from a year ago. Do you want me to list off the names and you guys can just stop me when you want to put in some points?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, the first 6 players that were named. This was named a couple months ago. Sidney Crosby, of course, is going to be the captain. Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, Braden Point, Sam Reinhart, Cale Makar. I don't think anyone would be surprised with those names. And then this past week, Macklin Celebrini from the Sharks, Anthony Cirelli from the Lightning, Brandon Hagel from the Lightning, Bo Horvat from the Islanders, Brad Marchand from the Panthers, Mitch Marner from the Golden Knights, Mark Stone from the Golden Knights, Nick Suzuki from the Canadiens, Tom Wilson for the Capitals are going to be the forwards on Team Canada.
I'll stop you.
Thank you.
Mark Stone is terrible. I don't I don't know what went through their head putting a guy who's pushing 40 and the slowest skater in the NHL. Like seriously, he is the slowest average skating next to, I don't know, years ago was Joe Pavelski would coast around out there, but like what does Mark Stone do? He's a defensive forward, sure. But you're like the obvious glaring thing here is, yeah, okay, injured his shoulder about a month and a half, 2 months ago. Connor Bedard is not even on the injured reserve list for this team.
Top 5
How?
in scoring.
Yeah, he was second in the league in goals when he went down. So that's just ridiculous
Because
to
that's
me. And
Coop
Anthony
being
Cirelli.
loyal. That's Coop being loyal to his boys. Look how many guys from the Lightning are on that team. I think it's more of a trust thing than it is a skill thing.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Right?
Have fun when Anthony Cirelli's -3 with 0 points.
And you got to figure from the Four Nations to now, who were the guys that weren't on? It was Jarvis was one. Like,
yeah,
he
Jarvis,
didn't-
they took him out. Again, if you
Yeah.
want a defensive forward, why are you leaving Jarvis off the roster for Mark Stone?
Mark Shafley, too.
Mark Scheifele, that's a bad one. I feel
Yeah.
so bad. Even Matt Barzell was having a good year in New York, so
Matthew
it's like,
Schaefer.
Well, we were gonna get to the decor, and that's a big one for
Yeah.
me, Ant.
Yeah, that's one. But while we're still up front, do you guys agree with the Tom Wilson one? I do. Because Canada needs some. But who do you play them with?
I think they're gonna go with a defensive bottom six. I think they'll play him with Sorelli and Bennett. Was Bennett there again?
No,
No.
no, it's Reinhardt. Sam Bennett.
So
Sam Bennett did
is
not make the
Hagel
team.
playing?
Hagel.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they'll play Hagel with Sorelli and I'm gonna say
Wilson.
Wilson. And I think there's enough that someone's gonna sit, right?
Yes.
Okay,
There's
so
gonna
I think
be-
Mark
there's gonna be
Stone should have his butt planted up in the rafters, but
I would kind of like, it might be a little bit of a crazy stretch, obviously, because it probably wouldn't happen, but I'd like to see him play with McDavid and Celebrini, and I think that would give them a little more room having him on the ice with them, right? Because you're not
well, by the
you're
time
not
they
going to
get to
take
the
runs at them with that guy on the ice because he's a complete savage. So, and Tom will
if you
don't
want to
forget
see maximum,
the guy's got 25 goals already. So it's not like he's just going to be a guy out there running around the ice being a goon. Like, he's got a scoring touch too. So I like it.
I think they should just load the top line. Just
Crosby,
load it. Put
McDavid.
Nathan McKinnon on right wing. Like Celebrini, McDavid, and McKinnon. Yeah. Good night, Irene.
make Crosby the second line center.
Yeah, play Crosby with Sam Reinhart and Braden. Like Braden Point's your third line center. Like that's a scary team. Team Canada's gonna wax everybody in the. We're gonna get to the United States roster after we do this decor. So
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
Brett.
I'll go. I'll do Canada's remaining defenseman. Of course, I mentioned Cale Makar earlier. Drew Doughty, of course, was on the Golden Goal team in 2010. Thomas Harley from the Stars, Josh Morrissey from the Jets, Colton Parayko from the Blues, Travis Sanheim from the Flyers, Shea Theodore from the Golden Knights, Devin Taves from the Avalanche, and in net we got Jordan Binnington from the Blues, Darcy Kempfer from the Kings, and Logan Thompson from the Capitals, who used to play for the Brock Badgers back in the day. So Canada repping here. U Sports, get it up, yeah.
yeah.
Any thoughts on the decor and goalies?
Well, I'll let Ant. You could speak on Schaaf a bit.
Well, I mean, the craziest part is at the start of the year, you would think with a guy so young, even though he did go first overall, that he wouldn't really get a look or a thought, maybe even, or a mention on being with the team. But he was like brought up, dude. Like, he was in talks of
Well,
but he's big though, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, he's on their injured reserve list.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's the next up kind of guy.
Yeah, but there was
I think
almost
he should have
talks of
made
him
this.
like being on the roster.
Yeah, he has the most points in like a draft eligible year by a defenseman at this point.
Yeah.
Like he's the greatest all time. This many games in.
And he just in his most recent game, he had the overtime winner and another goal against the Toronto Maple Leafs as well. So he's putting some hope in the New York Islanders.
Who is it? It said the only player in the past 20-something years that has as many overtime winners as a rookie as him was Sidney Crosby, and he's a forward.
Pretty sweet. The one thing that I think that will make Schaefer much more likely to be on this team on the Olympics is that I believe it's Devin Taves. His wife is due to have a baby like right during the time of the Olympics, and he's already said like if she has not had given birth yet, he will not go to the Olympics.
So does that put Schaefer in?
I would assume so, but I don't see anybody that's like that was like a bubble guy that they're mentioning on defense. Like the only person that they're mentioning that was a bubble guy from the snub list was Connor Bedard. So
who was it?
Bedard
There's
and
someone else on
Shifley
D.
were the guys that they're talking about not making the team.
There's someone else on D who was pretty upset that they didn't get a call. But like, why is Travis saying? Travis Sanheim is not very good. I don't understand that one. Parayko I love. I think Parayko's an underrated defenseman.
He played very well at the Four Nations.
Yeah. And he could throw. And he's like 6'5" and 240 pounds. Like, he's a big man. But I kind of question, like, Shea Theodore, he's a lot of a rough year. Drew Doughty's pretty old now.
Yeah.
Glue guy.
Yeah, we'll see. And goaltending. A lot of people are mad about this. Mackenzie Blackwood.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Like, Blackwood was supposed to be. He's only got like one loss this year with Colorado. So how much credit do you put on, the team versus the actual goalie? I don't know. I think I want to put Blackwood over Bennington. Bennington, I get it. He won it for you last year, but he's having a really bad year in St. Louis.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, maybe he's there because he's one of those guys that you can kind of throw in a big game and he's like, do I look like I'm nervous? Like, you know what I mean?
True.
Like, he's like nails when it comes to a big game. Like, you could throw him in and he's always seems to be calm and cool. So maybe that's why he's there. I'm thinking, too, possibly he's there because of the way he was at the Four Nations tournament, too, right? Because he played pretty freaking good at the Four Nations tournament.
Well, yeah, but that's.
But I don't know. Who knows? Like, if you had to start one, who would you start?
Oof.
I'm going
That's
Thompson.
a good
probably.
question.
I'm probably going Thompson.
It's funny when you say it like that. Here I am saying Bennington shouldn't make it, but probably Jordan Bennington because
Yeah, that's what we all said with with Lee last week too. We're like, it's an F you, but I'd probably go with Biddington too.
but
Yeah.
Darcy Kemper's really good in Los Angeles. Like he's had games where I think Kemper has the most potential to be like get a shutout for Canada, like just lock it down completely. But that's the thing with him. It's like all of a sudden you're on a big stage. It's a completely different team. Goalies are very different. Binnington's been in a similar scenario. Thompson has not. Thompson's a really good goalie in and of himself, but again, plays on a Washington team that's a little bit more defensive than they used to be. Kind of curates to his save percentage, so who knows? I don't know. I would have liked to have seen Blackwood. He's really big compared to these other goalies on this roster. Like all three of these goalies are not the biggest dudes in the world. They're all about 6'1" or 6'2", I think. Thompson's 6'3", but actually, okay, Kemper's 6'4", but here I am saying they're not that big, but still, I don't know. It's tricky, but I like Team Canada as a whole. It's Team Canada. Like the names Brett listed off as the first 6 listed. Canada's gonna crush everybody. We have the best forward line in the world. We have the best first pair D line in the world. It's not going to be close.
Well, Team USA would like to enter the chat, and they also released their roster, I think, one day after Team Canada did. So here are the forwards that are listed for Team USA, and then we'll move on to junior. We don't need to talk about any of the other NHL stuff today, unless you guys have something specific to talk about. Team USA forwards: Austin Matthews from Toronto, Jack Eichel from Vegas, Matthew Tkachuk from Florida, Brady Tkachuk from Ottawa, Jack Hughes from New Jersey, Dylan Larkin from Detroit, Jake Gensel from Tampa Bay, Kyle Connor from Winnipeg, Tage Thompson from Buffalo, JT Miller, New York Rangers, Matt Boldy, Minnesota, Clayton Keller, Utah, Brock Nelson from Colorado, and Vincent Trocheck from the New York Rangers. Any ones there? You want me to keep going?
Yeah. There's a couple names in there that are not like the others. JT Miller is terrible. Why? They kept JT Miller over Jason Robertson,
Yeah.
who's the highest scoring American right now. Are you for real? Like, wait. I doubt it's... Well, okay, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say something, but... Me and Ant are on the same wavelength. But anyway, it's just like... Why? And DeBrincat, too. DeBrincat has more goals than half these guys. It's like... So what, the guy's 5'7", let the little guy in sometime. I don't know. It all rubs me the wrong way. JT Miller is also a locker room cancer. Like, he's proven that in both places he's been captains. The teams are garbage with him as the leader. Why? No one, Team USA, Bill Guerin's going to be like, slap an A on that boy. It doesn't make any sense. And same with Vincent Trocheck. He's like the third line center in New York. I don't know. It's terrible. Who was the other name? Read it off again at the bottom 8 of that list.
Brock Nelson from
Yeah, okay,
Colorado.
that's who it was. Brock Nelson.
I saw your face
Yeah,
when I was reading it up. I was like, oh, he's got to have some thoughts about this guy.
again. But my favorite addition to this lineup, and I think he's going to be unreal for the United States, is Tage Thompson.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable. He's so good. If that guy's anywhere else outside of Buffalo, like he's Connor McDavid, but 6'7".
Yeah, I was gonna say he's fucking huge.
That joke is dead, Brett.
No problem.
Did Brett
Let it
Wait,
die
you see
with
me-
2025.
Yeah. Not bringing it over in 2026.
2025.
Don't worry.
called it
I just
once
spent the
it's
whole
600
Pittsburgh game was
joke
Kids
that.
Day. The Pittsburgh versus Wings game I went to was Kids Day. Every single time a kid came on the screen, it's like, whoa, and I'm like, oh no. But anyway,
Yeah.
read off the decor.
Okay. I don't think anyone's going to be upset with the first name, which is Quinn Hughes. He absolutely deserves to be there. Quinn Hughes from Minnesota. Charlie McAvoy from Boston. Zach Werenski from Columbus. Jake Sanderson from Ottawa. Brock Faber from Minnesota. Seth Jones from Florida. Brock Faber from Minnesota. Seth Jones from Florida. Jacob Slavin from Carolina. Noah Hannafin from Vegas. And then goalies, you got Connor Hellebuyck from Winnipeg, Jake Ottinger from Dallas, and Jeremy Swayman from Boston.
Team USA has a better decor
They
and
have-
better goaltending.
I was gonna say they have way better goaltending in my opinion than
Yeah, well, their decor stacked. See, all those guys are two-way guys. Canada kind of is forced to play like they got a lot of big shutdown guys, but not too many puck-moving D-men. Like you hear those names, Zach Werenski, gross. Like okay, I'm kind of surprised Lane Hudson didn't make it. That did surprise me. I thought maybe he'd get a look. Or
Yeah,
even Nick Suzuki for Team Canada, or did he make it?
Nick Suzuki did make
Okay,
Team
okay.
Canada.
I just missed his name across.
Canada though like has like a lot of firepower up front though that I think would kind of
Yeah.
that would kind of make it a little more because USA their defense and their goaltending is unbelievable, but I give the edge obviously to the forwards with Canada because anytime you have Crosby, McDavid, Celebrini, like all these guys on the same team. But it would have been sweet if they still would have been good if they had Bedsy in there, though. And then we could have had Bedsy, Celebrini, Crosby, McDavid, McKinnon. Like, we would have been loaded.
Yeah, I hope something happens and he ends up on the roster, but I don't think that's possible, right, Tristan? Is he not on the injured reserve list?
No. Well,
Like,
I
how?
think they can add him like retroactively if something happens between now and the Olympics.
Okay,
But like once at the Olympics, no, they can't just be like, "Hey, we've got this ace up our sleeve." But
I see. So you're
I
telling me there's a chance.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd say that with a big space in your teeth. But who was it that I was going to discuss? Oh yeah, I think they should start Jake Ottinger, not Connor Hellebuyck.
Okay.
Connor Hellebuyck can be shaky in big games.
Yeah.
Well, then again, but you could argue Jake Ottinger loses every year to Edmonton.
Fair.
Here's the thing, though. Ottinger is one of the few goaltenders that I've seen have incredible games where I'm just sitting there going, they're the best goalie I've ever watched. He played a Game 7 3 years ago versus Calgary. Calgary outshot Dallas like 60-27. And it was a 2-1 game. Johnny Gaudreau wins that game. Rest in peace. But it was a perfect shot. Like this, the whole game, Ottinger dialed in. Like only reason Dallas didn't lose that game. I think if he gets in a flow state like that for the United States, it could pose to be a big problem for Canada, especially with the defenseman in front of him. And who is the third goaltender?
Swayman.
Yeah, he won't be even touching that ice. But
He'll be like Eddie Belfour in 2002. He's just gonna have a jersey on the whole.
yeah,
whole time.
exactly. Ed Belfour. That's a good reference. I like that.
Good old Eddie the Eagle.
Yeah, I think Canada. If those two teams play, I would say final score ends up being like 5 or 6-3 Canada.
I was going to say
okay.
5-2.
Yeah, I think USA has pretty decent scoring, especially from that back end. Like Zach Werenski's an unreal defenseman, and he shines when it comes to being at a team that isn't Columbus. So
Yeah. I think Quinn Hughes is going to have a really good tournament for the United States. I don't know why. I know why because he's a fantastic player, but I feel like he's just going to be like the standout player of the
okay,
tournament for the United States. So
I
that should be
respect
fun.
that.
All right, that is our Canada and Team USA roster discussion. Gentlemen, shall we move on to some junior hockey because our local teams have been very busy during the holiday break, and including just earlier today at the time of this recording, the Windsor Spitfires in the OHL, coming off of a 5-game winning streak where Ant and I just did their game against Erie the other night, which they won that one pretty handily. The Windsor Spitfires got themselves some new forwards. They acquired Alex Pharand and forward Nathan Villaneuve from the Sudbury Wolves in exchange for J.C. Lemieux and 8 draft picks this year. Gentlemen, your initial thoughts about this trade. J.C. Lemieux was a second-round pick for the Windsor Spitfires last year. He has a couple more years of eligibility left, but 8 picks going the other way. It's a big price to pay, but I really think that this deal still works out in the Windsor Spitfires' favor, considering that Villaneuve could be back next year, and he has been very good for the Sudbury Wolves over his time there. He's their former captain.
Yeah, that's a huge pickup. I love that they went with leadership as the player they're bringing in. I don't know though. I wish they didn't have to give up Lemieux. He's going to be
Yeah,
a good player next year. Um, but you know, next year is next year, and Windsor wants to try clearly and win this year. They
mm,
got the team to do it. They got the pieces to do it, and I think Villeneuve, him alone, in the trade makes this a worthwhile deal.
yeah. I thought that Pharand, he's an overage player, so now that will put Windsor at 4 overage players with Walton, Kennedy, and Costanzo in there.
Yeah,
So I'm not sure if Windsor is done yet
yeah,
with that. But I thought that getting 2 guys that were NHL drafted for a guy who they just drafted last year, J.C. Lemieux, he is a big body and he can score. I think he had 10 goals and 18 assists so far this year for 28 points. He was showing promise, but if you can if you're going to go all in, if you're going to push your chips to the middle, you're going to have to give them something. So when me and Ant were talking off air, it was we were talking, it's either got to be Johnny McLaughlin, it's either got to be Caden Harvey, or it's got to be one of those other young pieces that's
yeah.
got to go in a trade like this. I originally thought that Windsor was going to go for Kieran Walton, who is Connor Walton's
Oh,
brother,
okay. I could have seen that.
but
Yeah.
he's a winger, and Windsor needed centers, so they picked up 2 centers with this trade. Um, and it rounds out their roster. We did their game against Erie a couple nights ago, and that fourth line of theirs didn't play very much.
I
I think
know.
maybe
It was,
shifts,
yeah.
but interesting to say the least. What did you think of this trade so far, Ant? You were going back and forth with a couple people online. Nathan Villeneuve seems like the real deal, and I think that Alex Farron can absolutely serve a big role on this team if he stays past the deadline. What do you think?
But I mean, anytime you add a guy that has 44 points in 28 games and was the captain of his last respective team is usually a nice shot in the arm coming into the roster. So, and we checked him out too. I think he's like 6 foot. And he's like 190 or something like that. So nice size too. So it adds a little bit more size into the Windsor into their little forward core there. But do you guys think that possibly, is it Farrand his name? Brett, you were saying in the chat, not for sure obviously, but you were saying could you maybe see them flipping him and maybe bringing in somebody to play on the blue line? Like I was
mean,
saying, I would like to see Windsor get a big shutdown guy.
yeah,
Just guy, we're not worried about you scoring goals. Go out there, hit everybody in sight, stay out of the box, keep the puck out of your net. If they can find a guy like that, another big body like that, like that'd be a nice piece to have going into the playoffs.
yeah, for sure. Farron had a career high points last year with 59, scoring 42 scoring 17 goals and adding 42 assists. He is a grinder type, and that's a good thing because Windsor could use some sandpaper in their game. Some of the guys that they have in that role on their fourth line I think if you're going to go look at a straight comparison, he is better than those players, just based on stats and kind of the eyeball test. And that's not a shot against them. It's just facts are facts. He was drafted by Chicago, 99th overall in 2023 for a reason. So obviously they see some value in his game. So it's going to be tough because this would be 4 overage spots for Windsor now. Kennedy, Walton, and Costanzo serving the other ones. And by Thursday, January 8th, they have to drop that down to 3. Like they have to have only 3 on the roster. They can't have a 4th guy and just dress 3 of them. So someone's going to go. And either it's going to be a tough decision to do that. Obviously, they're not going to trade Joey Costanzo because he's been lights out.
Not.
He's the franchise goaltender.
But I mean,
if someone's got to go.
If there was a Windsor overager going though, Walton plays defense, so
yep, Kennedy plays.
You're
defense.
not going to trade him out to bring in another guy that plays D unless it's a serious freaking upgrade, But like other than that, like. But I mean, like, who else in the league is there a guy that you could maybe bring in possibly that could join them on the blue line? Can you guys think of anybody that's a big body shutdown style defenseman?
Well,
that might be available.
Floated out. Yeah, there's a rumor floating around, and this can't be officially confirmed yet because the World Juniors is still going on. But Brampton Steelheads have Czechia defenseman Jacob Fibiger on their roster. Fibiger was an assistant captain for Czechia at the World Junior Hockey Championships. And the rumor is that Fibiger is going to go to Windsor in exchange for Carter Hicks and some picks. So one of the players that we talked about earlier could be involved in that. Carter Hicks is a young guy, and he is committed to go to the University of Connecticut in 2027.
UConn.
So yeah, go Huskies. But so that would mean that Windsor knows that they've only got so long with him because he's committed to go to the NCAA. But I could see a number of different scenarios happening. But if they do get Fibiger, that's a nice shutdown guy like you had talked about, Ant, being able to join this team. I watched him just before we started recording today. I liked what I saw. He's a pretty big body, solid D-man. He contributes. I believe he had 1 goal and 6 assists in the tournament as well. So we'll take it.
That's good. All day long.
Yeah, I kind of wished it would have been cool if there would have been a lot more involved in this trade, but I was thinking that I forgot Mania left to go and play in Michigan. But if Mania was still on Sudbury, getting him and Villaneuve would have been perfect, but fortunately,
was it Marco Mania? Was his name, or was it
Matt Mania?
Matt Mania.
Still, though, what a
name!
name!
Talking about him last year.
Almost sounds like a wrestler.
He pretty much was. He would go out there and just blow people up and then score.
I love it.
Yeah. So that's all I've got really on the trade here. Obviously, that's a big one to have. Pharand and Villaneuve to Windsor. Should be very interesting because they do play on Thursday against Erie, and then we are in the studio on January 10th to do their game against Saginaw. So all the chips will have fallen by then, and everything will be settled into place. So we've got lots to talk about this weekend when the Spits go on to play the Saginaw Spirit, and then the next day they're going to host the Brantford Bulldogs in a Sunday matinee game in Windsor. So a big week for the Windsor Spitfires. And stick taps to Billy Bowler for getting a couple of trades done. Obviously, the one that has been official is the one that we just talked about. But who knows in the next 3 days at the time of this recording what can happen. So
I don't think he's done.
Any other thoughts?
He ain't
What's
done.
that?
He ain't done yet.
Oh no, he
Billy's
definitely
not
ain't done.
No.
Yeah.
No. The tournament. So players that are involved in the tournament at the World Juniors can't be traded or moved until the tournament is finished. So as of Tuesday morning, January 6th, we might see a lot of these players getting dealt. And I've seen some crazy rumors that Michael Miza and Zane Perek are going to go back to the OHL and they're both going to get traded to the Ottawa 67s. And I don't think that's going to happen. But like this is just Twitter rumors, right? Like, oh,
Yeah.
like
Misa, why would Misa? Okay.
If you're already
it makes
playing in
it
the
makes zero
NHL, why
sense.
would you go back to the O?
Yeah, it's because of their age, but it doesn't make any sense. Like Zane Parekh has no business being in junior.
No.
He played very well in the tournament. Had 13 points for Team Canada, tied the record for points by a defenseman in a tournament. So
I
we'll
think
take.
though he's still got stuff to work on
Oh, for sure.
defensively. Ooh,
He ain't gonna get better doing that in Saginaw though.
no, but
No.
it also doesn't help him much if he gets shelled in Calgary. Poor guy.
That's true. Yeah, I have
No,
not
he's
watched.
playing. What he's playing with the Wranglers right now?
Oh yeah,
Is
it
he?
the Wranglers? I'm not sure. I thought he was up with the big team.
No, you're right. He is. 11 games played, 1 assist.
11 games. That's it. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
He's been getting health bound.
Oh, healthy scratch. Oh,
Yeah, he had 7 goals. He had 6 goals and 7 assists at the World Juniors. Yes. Now I'll let you do it.
Oh,
hey. Okay. That's not the last one.
that's a
for me.
fine.
Yeah.
That's a fine. And of course, so that's going to be it for the Windsor Spitfires. Of course, you guys can check us out on January 10th in studio, January 16th. They're playing Erie again. January 17th, they're playing at Brampton. And on the 24th, I believe they're playing Flint. So we're doing all those games in studio for your TV Windsor. So if you guys are interested, come join us for your pregame, in between periods, and post-game festivities. Should be a lot of fun. I'll make sure I bring lots of Reese's peanut butter cups for you, Tristan.
Yes.
Oh, actually?
We don't need you cranky. Because then Ant gets fucking blown up when that happens. Ant gets the shit kicked out of him.
You get tuned.
I get verbally
Yes.
bitch slapped.
Anything else on the OHL, boys? Are you
Nope.
good?
No, I think that's also just an update to everyone. Sweden has won the World Junior Championship.
Sweden. Congratulations.
4-2,
to
they
them.
beat the Czechs.
Okay. Congratulations to Sweden. Congratulations to Czechia. Well deserved. Fun tournament to watch. It's always a highlight of the holiday season to watch that World Junior Championships. Oh, Anthony, I'm sorry. Are we keeping you awake, young man?
Oh, did I?
Are we keeping you
Sorry.
awake, or do you want to talk
No.
about the
No,
PJ?
no,
It's
no,
going to go online
No, you're
and
good.
yell at the
No.
Czechs for not playing
Oh,
Green
yeah.
Tree.
Everybody's getting it today. That's it. I'm in the mood.
In the Provincial Junior Hockey League,
Yes.
last time that we talked, it was we had recapped games going up to Sunday, December 21st. So the next action in the Stobbs division was December 23rd. The Essex 73s took on the Walpole Island Wild, and they came away with a 10-1 victory in that game. I will rip through this one pretty quickly. Essex outshot Walpole Island 25-5 in the first period. In the first, it was 3-0 final after the first period. Carter Dembinski scores his 9th goal of the year from Cale McCabe and Gavin Gaudette at 11:39. Alex Simpson then scored to make it 1-1 for Walpole. His 4th of the year from Aaron Highfield and Evan Derricks. At 15:07, William Big Willie style Claridge made it 2-1 for the 73s with an assist to Jack Lewis and Luke Shirk. In the second period, it was all Essex 73s. Noah Matheson scored 38 seconds into the frame for his 13th of the year from Marcus Levesque and Gavin Gaudette. Then it was Noah Matheson once again, his 14th of the year at 5:50 of the second period from Gavin Gaudette and Ethan O'Neill. Carter the Apple Tree Dembinski scored at 8:59, his 10th of the year from Gabe Barrett and Cale McCabe. That was on the power play. And then 11:55, Andrew Baker scored his 11th of the year from Carter Apple Tree Dembinski. That was his 25th assist of the year at the time, but he's got a whole lot more after a couple of weeks of play. In the third period, all Essex once again. Dembinski, his 11th from Gowdy and McCabe. 4:50, Jack Lewis scores his 14th from Gavin Gaudette and Gabe Barrett. 9:29, Big Willie style Claridge scores his 2nd of the game and 10th of the year from Mitchell Hickson and Joey Gaudette on the power play. And Noah Matheson rounds out the scoring with his hockey hat trick, his 15th of the year at 11:30. That makes it a 10-1 final for the Essex 73s. In goal, Dominic DeZorzi picks up his first win of the year for the
Yeah,
Essex
good for
73s.
Dom.
making 8 saves on 9 shots. And Walpole Island split the 2 games. Nicholas Duranian stopped 39 saves on 45 shots, and Reese Parker made 18 saves on 22 shots as well. Congratulations to Dom. He got signed the week before, right, Tristan?
Yeah.
Serving that backup role. So you might see him or you might see Michael Sampson going forward. Burkhousel's been playing very, very well for the Essex 73s so far. And we talked about him and his dad, Andrew, with Lee Harris on our last episode.
Oh, wonderful.
Night, Tuesday, December 23rd, the Lakeshore Canadians and the Amherstburg Admirals did battle at the Lansbury Park outdoor rink, which is around the corner from my old house. I was not in attendance because I don't live in that neighborhood anymore. 4-2 was the final score for the Lakeshore Canadians. In the first period, Michael Kopchuk scored his 14th of the year at 12:50 from Nick Graniero and Evan Fennick. Amherstburg tied it up 1-1 at 19:20 of the first period from Rory Sanderson, his 8th of the year from Brett Jones and Stefan Djordjevic. In the second period, the Laser Dragisevich scored his 7th of the year at 8:10 from Denver Boimier and Kyle Green. And then it was 2-2 because Amherstburg's Brett Jones scored at 17:53, his 7th of the year from Djordjevic and Rory Sanderson. In the third period, though, Connor Costello scored his 5th of the year at 6:57 from Fennick and Dallas Kelly, and Aiden Sullivan rounded out the scoring with his 16th goal of the year at 12:34. 1-2-3-4 of the third period from Kyle Green and Connor Costello. No fights or anything in that game. No, it's all good. Pretty clean game. Bennett Horrocks made 29 saves on 33 shots for Amherstburg. Bo Porowski got the win in net, making 25 saves on 27 shots. Then we had ourselves a little bit of a holiday break until the Blenheim Blades took on the Dresden Kings, the Lambton Kemp Memorial Center. Blenheim scored a 5-3 victory over the Kings. It was 4-1 Blenheim after the first period from goals from Stefan Djordjevic. 57 seconds in, Mackenzie Anderson scored to make it 1-1. Then it was Everett Swayze, Andrew Goulet, and Landon Copeland, who just came back to Blenheim after getting wrist surgery.
Wait, you said Stefan Djordjevic?
What did I say? Stefan Jacobs, sorry.
Oh, okay. For a second, I was like, I don't remember him getting treated, but sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for correcting me if I mispronounced that. I apologize. Stefan Jacobs, not Djordjevic. I'll make that his nickname. Stefan, not Djordjevic, Jacobs scored.
Stefan Djordjevic Jacobs.
Yes. So 4-1 Blenheim after the first period. Cameron Graham then scored the next 2 goals, one in the second period and one in the third. But then Andrew Goulet rounded up the scoring at 13:40 of the third period with his 14th goal of the year to make it a 5-3 final. So that was 4-3, and then it was Goulet with the game-winning goal there, or the insurance marker, as we see. And that was the last game of 2025 in the Stobbs division. Let's turn the calendar over to January 1st. What were you guys doing on New Year's Eve? Did you have any plans, Tristan? What did you do?
New Year's Eve, I went to Parkwood, which is my church, and they had a young adults get-together, and we saw in the new year together with all my friends, so it was a good time.
Excellent. The first game in the division of 2026 was January 2nd. The Walpole Island Wild traveled to Lakeshore to take on the Canadians. What? What's so funny?
Brett's always good for one burp per episode. I love it. Makes me happy. Yeah, get it in you. Fill you up with that magic juice.
One day this podcast will be sponsored by Coke Zero, I promise you. Lakeshore outshot Walpole Island 15-4 in the first period. Denver Boimier scored the only goal of the first, though, at 17:01, his 2nd of the year. In the second period, Michael Kopchuk made it 2-0 for Lakeshore with his 15th of the season. Aaron Highfield scored at 19:09 of the second to make it 2-1 after 40 minutes, but Denver Boimier scored 2:32 into the third period to round out the scoring and make it a 3-1 final for the Lakeshore Canadians over the Walpole Island Wild. Hunter Walk made 15 saves on 16 shots for the win, and Nicholas Duranian made 49 saves on 52 shots.
Holy smokes.
A loss. So almost 50 saves for Duranian in that game there.
He's been good this year for the Wild.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He made a lot of
He's
nice
been fantastic.
saves versus us. He made a lot of really nice saves. Like
even in that game
post
that it
to
was
post.
10-1, even that game when it was 10-1, like he made some very nice saves
Yeah, he did.
in that game as well.
Mhm.
So stick taps to Duranian, and he's in another thing that on a slower week I made a all names team, like the best names in the Stobbs division, and we're gonna go over who our first and second teams are for the best names in the Stobbs division, but
Oh
not
yeah.
tonight because we got lots more shit to talk about. Um, Also on January 2nd, the Dresden Kings took on the Blenheim Blades once again in Dresden. This time, the score was reversed, though. Dresden took a 5-3 win. Dresden was up 2-0 after the first period. Cameron Graham scored 2 goals in the first period, including one 17 seconds into the frame. So he got his second one at 8:44 on the power play. Then Nolan Jack scored 2:16 into the second period to get Dresden up 3-0. Then Cameron Graham completed the hat trick at 10:55 to make it 4-0. McLean Norris then scored at 17:32 to make it 5-0 Dresden. Landon Copeland did stop the bleeding for Blenheim at 19:32 of the second period. Nelson DeConning scored 24 seconds into the third to make it 5-2, and Andrew Goulet scored at 4:57 on the power play to make it 5-3. But they would get no closer in that game. Dresden with a big 5-3 win there.
Yeah, the Kings are sneakily good.
There's a lot. There's a lot of skill on that roster, and every time I look at their record, I'm like, really? That's like I always feel like they're closer to Moortown in the standings than they are.
The
And I'm
Graham
thinking,
brothers are like the best duo in this division, and it's not close. The
Yeah.
Dupuis are good, but the
yes,
Grahams,
The Grams are
Colton and Cameron. Cameron leads the
yeah,
Stobbs in points right now, and
yeah.
rightfully so.
And the
yeah.
And
Grams
he's
are
on a team
yeah.
that's, what are they? Are they fifth or sixth?
They are fifth. They're right behind Moortown.
Yeah. Th-
So
And he leads the division in scoring.
And they're both
yes, I
huge.
believe I think he's 11th or 12th in the entire
Yeah, and
PGA.
he's like 6'3" and 210
Yeah, that's
pounds.
what I mean.
Like,
They're both big.
they're both, yeah, they're
Yeah.
built. And, shout out to the Graham brothers and their dad. I believe his name is Brad. I met him after the game. We were broadcasting the other day, eh? He came by and shook my hand, and he said he's a big fan of our podcast. So
Awesome.
thank you, Mr. Graham.
Yep. Shout
Oh,
out to
thank you
Mr.
very
Graham
much.
too.
Yeah,
Hey, shout out to producing some stellar
Shout out
athletes
to
for
all those
soccer.
Graham boys. What's up,
you know what?
fellas?
We'll get those guys on together.
Yeah, we should.
No,
But
that'd be
let's do
fun.
it in person.
Have them come down.
Yeah.
Come on
Golf
down from
sim,
Chatham.
boys. Let's go. Hole in one challenge.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We'll get them some. We'll get them some GL Heritage beers on the way. Get them.
There you go.
On Saturday, January 3rd, the Moortown Flags hosted the Wheatley Olmsted Sharks. This was a really close game. Moortown comes out with a 3-2 win in the first period. Vito Alfano opens the scoring at 4:04, his ninth of the year from Jackson Ward, former Essex 73, from Josh Chauvin on the power play. But just 9 seconds later, Moortown's Dylan Dupuis scored his 11th of the year from Jace Dupuis and Landon Marcy to make it a 1-1 game. In the second period, Carson Crawford, the man who Tristan says has one cannon of a shot,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
his 21st goal of the year at 6:45 of the second from Landon Marcy and Owen McDonald on the power play. So that's two power play goals in this game, but one on each side. Then in the third period, it was Carson Crawford once again scoring his 22nd goal of the year,
That kid's a
shorthanded, and that would end up being the winning goal there. At 11:22, Vito Alfano scored his 10th of the year to cut the deficit down to 3-2. Assist to Ryan Basili, shorthanded. That would make it 3-2, but they would get no closer. The Moortown Flags come out with the victory there. I'm just checking the box score here to see if we had any scraps. There's a checking from behind minor here, so a game misconduct, head contact misconduct. No, nothing too crazy there. Johnny Chartrand stopped 34 shots on 36. Made 34 saves on 36 shots
There we go.
in the win. Adam Flanagan made 38 saves on 41 shots in the loss for Wheatley. Johnny Chartrand, first star of the game. Carson Crawford the second, and Flanagan the third, rightfully So, anything so far, boys, before I go to the next game? Moving on to Saturday, January 3rd, Amherstburg takes on the Walpole Island Wild. Amherstburg outshot Walpole in the first period 19-6, but it was the Wild that got on the board first. Aiden Gravel scored his second of the year at 1:33 into the first period. But in the second period and after the first period, it was all Amherstburg after that. Rory Sanderson, Brett Jones, Cale Marinte, and Finnegan Russet score in the second period. Braden Hebert and Corey Leach score in the third to make it a 6-1 final for Amherstburg, picking up 2 big points there in the new year. Moving on to January 3rd. Am I missing any games here? Because I'm just making sure. 1, 2, 3. Nope. There hasn't been too much.
No, we're just firing back up after the holidays.
Yeah. So everything was just in. Wow. Okay, so it is that the only other game was Essex and Blenheim on Sunday, January 4th, and this was a very interesting game to say the least. In the first period, Blenheim outshot Essex 10-7, but the Essex 73s came away with a 2-1 lead after 20 minutes. Austin Gouvermont scored on the power play, his 10th goal of the year at 4:36 of the first from Luke Shirk and Noah Matheson. That was Matheson's 36th assist of the season. At 13:29, Landon Copeland for Blenheim scored his 8th of the year from David Brown and Blaine Bassick, but a couple minutes after that, Connor Hunt scored his 16th goal of the year at 16:24 from Gouvermont and Matheson on the power play once again. So 2 power play goals for the first period for Essex to take a 2-1 lead. In the second period, Jack Lewis scored at the 6:14 mark, his 15th goal of the year from Andrew Baker and William Claridge. At 9:06, Tyler Trelout got the deficit down to 2 with his 7th goal of the year from Michael McKellar and David Brown at 9:06. But then Marcus Levesque, and Levesque is just French for clutch because this guy comes up with big goals all the time. At 12:43, he scores his 14th of the year with an assist to Luke Shirk and Travis. Don't you dare call me Revest Rive, who was actually wearing the C in this game because Jackson Fortier Smith was not in the lineup on that day. So congrats to Travis for getting the C on that day.
He's worn it a couple of games, I think, this year.
Is that right? Okay. Yeah, he didn't look out of place on him. So he did a good job there. And I didn't notice it until late in the third period when he had to go counsel with the referees at at center ice after a couple of scrums there. But I'll get to that in a few moments. Rounding out the scoring in the final minute, Jack Lewis scored his 2nd goal of the game with an assist to Luke Shirk at 18:59. But things got very interesting in the third period at the 16:25 mark, and I'm not sure if you guys watched this as closely as I did because I watched this happen live, and I saw a whole lot of interesting things happen at this mark. Do you guys want to talk about this first before I get into my little dissertation here about the final 3 minutes of this game?
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So Essex is up 4-2, right? And Blenheim is pushing to try and get another goal to make it a 1-goal game. And things get a little bit crazy. And if you guys, and this is fully available for anyone that wants to watch it on the stream, I even have a timestamp for you if you guys want to watch all this happening here. So at 2:19:47 on the stream there, it's about a 3.5 hour stream because, you got to have the Zamboni going on after, and they got the hour of blank ice
staring
after.
at a dark rink, but okay.
Yeah. And I will say that the Blenheim stream was very good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed, the camera work was good. The connection was really crispy. I enjoyed that. So 2:19:47 on the stream. Action starts here. Austin Gouvermont goes to check David Brown right in front of the Essex bench. Brown ducks it. Play continues. Nothing happened there. Just a hockey play. So then we have a Blenheim zone entry. And so there is a chance, and Matheson is back checking on David Brown. He slashes Brown's stick to take his stick away from the play. And as they're circling back up into the defensive zone there, Matheson chops Brown's arm. Well, then I must have been the only one that saw this, though. I saw David Brown then 2-hand chop Noah Matheson right in his manhood. And so Matheson falls like a sack of potatoes, as he would.
And then
so the like the Mark Hamill character in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. The referees didn't notice this because both of their attentions was on the puck, which was in the neutral zone, and so everyone sees Noah Matheson down behind the play. Blenheim then goes for another zone entry, and then DeConning cuts through the middle into the Essex zone. Austin Gouvermont checks him. Austin Gouvermont is a tall player, so his original point of contact with his shoulder is DeConning's head. Okay, the back official signals for a penalty, which is fair. And then what I see David Brown jump and cross-check Austin Gouvermont right in the back of his dome, and then we had Stonehouse then jump on top of Brown and Gouvermont to start a scrum. So both Brown and Stonehouse start punching Austin Gouvermont. Connor Hunt, being the kind of player that he is, dives in to kind of separate Stonehouse and Brown from attacking Gouvermont, basically. And then Hunt loses his helmet. So during that scrum, I'm like, oh my God, like there's helmets all over the place. And then I realized, okay, no, Gouvermont still got his bucket on. Connor Hunt's the one that got his knocked off because he was dislodging everybody. Matheson, after getting chopped in his manhood, then gets back up and then joins the scrum. He pulls away David Brown, and then he starts tussling with David Brown, right? Rightfully so, because those two had words a couple moments earlier. So Matheson takes down Brown, lands a few punches, and then the linesman separates Matheson and Brown. So my question is, all I see here is a major cross-checking penalty to David Brown, which absolutely is deserved for cross-checking Austin Gouvermont in the back of his head. I see a major head contact penalty to Noah Matheson for going after Brown afterwards. But my question is there any kind of appeal process to look at and say, okay, this all started because 10 seconds earlier, when the officials' attention was in the neutral zone, no one saw Noah Matheson get chopped in his manhood. Like, this all started because of a dirty stick play, right? And like, and I'll look in the camera right now. I don't care who wins these games.
Yeah.
I do not care. But when I see dudes making dirty plays like that, it makes me mad. So my question is, what the hell's going on here?
I'm sure the league's probably going to look at it, seeing that there was majors with only minutes left. So I could probably see the league looking at it anyways.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a supplementary discipline because
there would have to be. And it could go both ways, too. It's probably going to go both ways because the league doesn't usually like scraps in the last 10 minutes of the third period. They're not usually too keen on that.
Gouvermont's suspended, right? He won't play.
But the head contact was only a 2-minute.
There's no misconduct?
It says there's a misconduct, but it doesn't say a game misconduct.
Okay, then he's probably okay. Unless it's his third one, and then it automatically comes with a 2-game suspension. We learned that, too.
Okay. Because after that play...
It is his third, I think, because he's got a goalie interference.
No, but goalie interference is goalie interference. Is it the 3? I don't know. I think there's a 3 rule for each, isn't there?
I thought it was 3 for any stick infraction.
Or was it head contacts?
Third offense of maybe it's...
Yeah. We're going to have to look. I know it's the goalie interference for sure because we've burned on that one before.
But anyway.
So basically, after that happened, Blenheim ends up with the power play because Gouvermont's 2-minute head contact penalty and is the only one that stands out because Stonehouse, who joined in on the scrum as well with David Brown on Gouvermont, he only gets a 10, right? Matheson and Brown's major and game misconducts, they wiped out. So then Blenheim ends up getting the power play, which I'm okay with. I'm 100% okay with that because that's just how the math works.
Yeah.
Right? But
so the guys who got the 5s are probably going to be the ones that are going to sit.
Yeah, they'll get 2 games probably, right?
Yeah, probably.
But like a major cross check, is it cut and dry, this is 2 games, or is it kind of like a review process there?
I think it's a review process, isn't it? I would think so anyways, considering. But I don't know what would come into effect when it comes for that. Player history, this and that. Like if there's any others there, if he sat in the past for something maybe. But like, I mean, it's usually pretty standard on like it's usually kind of clear across the board. Usually, Tristan, are you looking it up over there? Because you look busy.
Yeah, no, I was just kind of looking it up. So what I can find is that there can, like, I remember there was a discussion in the past. You can go back and look at video, and it's appreciated when it's submitted, I believe, that you do that, because I'm sure that's exactly what's been going on throughout.
Yeah.
There is phone calls being made, I'm sure. Also, we got the trade deadline coming up. So
Okay.
that could all play into this, be it if you get someone who's, acting up a bit. Maybe none of these players. They're actually all at the top of the lineup, believe it or not.
I would say, yeah, these are the best
top
players
6
on
guys
each team.
going at it.
That's crazy though to me that I don't like.
And like, and I'll go to the Blenheim side of things and be like, okay, well, like, yeah, Matheson chopped Brown's arm. I understand that. That's a minor penalty, not two-hand chopping some guy right in the loins.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's where things get a little bit indiscretionary there.
Yeah, and like you said, this isn't he said she said kind of thing. You can watch this clearly
Yeah.
on stream.
I mean,
So
at that
what was the
point,
timestamp again? I'm gonna write it down myself.
2:19:47
Okay.
is when it all starts.
at
right?
that point, just fight.
And like
Just
that's
fight
what
at that
Matheson
point.
did.
Like, if
right?
if I'm that mad at a guy, I don't want to whack you with my stick. I want to put my fist through your head if I'm that mad at you. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to slash you. I want to beat the wheel. I want to throw on those welding glasses I got hanging up over there and go to town. That's what I want to do. I'm not slashing you. We're going.
It happened
And-
in the sequence it did, and now
Yeah.
now we gotta kind of wait and see what comes of it. And I think we still play Blenheim at least
Once you play it
yeah,
one more time,
And the
and
thing
that
is, too,
going
is
to be at Essex.
if they would have just fought, they would have probably got 1 game each as opposed to 2 for their respective majors, right?
Yeah. And I'm not blaming the referees in this situation because this is the flow of the game. The puck gets dumped out of the Essex zone. Both of their attention goes to the neutral ice. That's where the puck is. Like, and I get that. But then they looked over, and then Matheson's down behind the play for 5, 6, 7 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Then the Guvermont hit happens. Whistle blows. All hell breaks loose. Then Noah gets back up and joins back in. Right. So
I can't even imagine though.
these are the things that happen when I watch things closely, right? Like obviously I enjoy watching these teams and I enjoy this stuff, but this is where you get into the nitty-gritty of junior hockey. These are the teams where you play each other 6 times in the regular season. Brown and Matheson have played each other in junior B in the past, because I'm not sure. And when the penalties were getting all sorted out in the middle there, because the Blenheim camera is on the right on the timekeeper's booth,
It makes
and it's
amazing
right near
TV.
where.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh, I was very entertained. Don't get it twisted. I was very entertained.
Chirps were flying.
Oh, they were. It was a
Yeah.
lot of F you. I messed you up last year. Do you remember that? Do you want to do this? And I think that was coming from the Blenheim bench, but it could have been from either side, right? Because I was only wearing one headphone. So these guys are getting very, very, very friendly with each other.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show that when things happen in February and these tournament and these playoff series start happening, I think we're going to have some fireworks.
I was just about to
right?
say, so what's going to happen if these 2 teams meet in the playoffs?
Right?
It's going to be a drag down knockout series. They're going to beat the hell out of each other. It'll be physical. It'll be nasty. I don't mean that in a saying, oh, there's going to be a bunch of fights all over the ice. It'll be very, very physical. There'll be lots of hitting. There'll probably be a minimum amount of goals because both teams seems to have really good goaltending. So it's,
Yep.
I'll be honest, I kind of hope they meet, just for the game itself. Just, it sucks when you get those series that are sweeps and every game's 8-1. Let's get a good, 6 games off the hop here, and let's have.
I think the only, at least the way it's shaping up now. Excuse me. It's past my
Whoa,
bedtime.
keeping you awake?
Yeah, but it's the The only way Essex really faces them is in the finals if they manage to get past Lakeshore. If
Yeah.
that's how it shapes up, honestly,
Yeah,
everyone.
based on how the 2-3 matchup, you are right, because right now they are tied with Lakeshore in points. That was Blenheim's second consecutive loss there too, so that will hurt them in the standings. Final stats from this game: Burke Castles made 27 saves on 29 shots for the win. Jake Van Coyley made 22 saves on 26 shots in the loss. Jack Lewis, first star with 2 goals. Luke Shirk, second star with 3 assists. And David Brown with 2 assists as well. And the standings are what they are. Do you guys have any other points before I go over the standings and then we close the show?
No.
Okay. I just wanted to get that off my chest because I noticed all that stuff, and I just thought it was worth
Now
mentioning.
I'm gonna have to go watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are gonna have to go watch it. 2:19:47, the fireworks are. But the whole game was very entertaining. It was good hockey, right? And so I don't want to put like a black mark on this game. Be like, oh, at this mark, this is terrible. Blah, blah, blah. This is hockey. I understand that this is hockey, but at some point, supplemental discipline has to be taken care of. And people in Blenheim are going to be like, Brett, but this and this and this happened. I don't care. This could be Walpole and Moortown for all I care. If I'm watching this, I'm going to tell you what I think about this.
Yeah.
Right? So, and that's what we do here at the Hat-Trick Hockey Podcast. Thank you very much for listening. You can get all of this on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and anywhere that you can get podcasts. So in the West Stobbs division, the Walpole Island Wild, 32. Oh yeah, and thank you very much, Walpole, for the the hat, the sweater, and the puck as well. So appreciate the merch drop there from the Walpole
beauties
Island
over
Wild.
there.
Yeah. Walpole in 8th place, 32 games played, 2 wins, 29 losses, 1 OT loss, 5 points. Wheatley in 7th place, the Wheatley Olmsted Sharks, 31 games played, 11 wins, 19 losses, 1 OT loss, 23 points. 6th place, Amherstburg, 31 games, 12 wins, 16 losses, 3 overtime losses, 27 points. Dresden Kings, 32 games played, 12 wins, 16 losses, 4 overtime losses for 28 points. In 4th, the Moortown Flags, 30 games played, 16 wins, 13 losses, 1 overtime loss for 33 points. Blenheim, 33 games played, 23 wins, 8 losses, 2 overtime losses for 48 points. Lakeshore, 31 games played, 23 wins, 6 losses, 2 overtime losses for 48 points. And in first place, the Essex 73s, 32 games played, 27 wins, 4 losses, 1 overtime loss for 55 points.
Real quick, I don't know if we mentioned it last episode. So when we met up with the Walpole guys there, so I met up with Coma Rogers. He's one of the equipment guys for them, but they are one of their other equipment guys. I believe his name is Norm Odell. The next time Essex is in Walpole will be Norm's 1,000th game in the league. So shout out to Norm.
Wow.
Congrats. It's a huge accomplishment. Be proud, buddy. And, man, that's like 1,000 games in the league is crazy. So, yeah, Norm's been around for like 20-something years. He was –
I was going to say that's like 25 years.
He may have been like – I didn't ask. I should have, and I am going to ask now. But I think he might have been like going back to the Wallaceburg days he was with the team.
Yeah,
so,
that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
so,
Wallaceburg Lakers for sure.
Yeah, so shout out to Norm, man. That's crazy, man. 1,000 games, it's awesome. So if we
looking at
didn't
Tristan's
do it last
face when you said
episode,
1,000 games, he's like doing math. He's like, "What?"
Yeah, I'm like 1,000. Well, if they got 40 games seasons on average,
yeah, that's crazy,
and then
dude.
that's insane to me. You know, you double it, that's almost 100, and then you got to multiply that by times 10.
It's
so
like
2 years
20
times,
something
that's
years
over 20.
Norm's
So
been
it's
in
like
the league.
25 years.
Yeah, wild stuff. Way to go, Norm.
So Norm Odell is our beauty of the week.
Absolutely.
Yeah, way to go.
Yeah,
Congratulations, Norm, on reaching 1,000 games. Hasn't happened yet, but
it's going to.
hasn't happened yet. But we're wishing you all well from the Hat-Trick Hockey Podcast. And apparently we got some viewers on Walpole as well that enjoy listening to the
Love
show.
it.
And actually, when I was in Alvinston, I had a great conversation with Blenheim's old coach, Sean Simpson, talking about how much they enjoy listening to the show as well. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. enjoying what we do. We try and give everyone as much love. He's all good.
He's back.
All right. Anyway. Oh, he's back.
No,
Never
I'm
mind.
back.
Oh, perfect. All right. From all of us here at the Hat Trick Hockey Podcast, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you give us a follow on all of our social media links. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Visit our merchandise. Use the promo code CrispyHTH to get at biosteel.ca. Order there. From all of us here at the show, thanks for tuning in. For Ant and Tristan, I'm Brett Hedges saying so long. We'll see you next time on Hat Trick Hockey. Good night.
I've lost my fight with time. My numbers up and up the line. I gaze at the darkness, so empty, just looking for the light. Shout for help, but no one's there. Need a guiding hand, someone who cares. All alone in the darkness, I've realized for the first time I am scared. If I could do it all again, if I had one more chance, my friend, I would rewrite all my wrongs. I would find where I belong. I got lost along the way. I had so much more to say. If I could do